guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 3, Episode 4. Last night's episode was a 2-hour episode, and they really gave us a lot of information, a lot of things, a lot of stuff in this 2 hours. There was no cliffhangers. They basically straight up showed you what was going on in those 2 hours, and we have a lot to say. So in the beginning of the episode, we have Amy coming in. You know, she was on her date with Josh. Amy really brought the heat. She really stirred up some stuff. And that's what we like to see. We like to see it, okay? So, Amy was on a date with Josh. Shannon was, like, freaking out. She came back from a date with Josh. And Shannon was basically giving her, you know, being a little shady, giving her the attitude, okay? And, you know, she wasn't really talking to her, you know. She was just acting bothered, basically. And then, you know, all the girls are, you know, trying to get to know her and all that stuff. But then at the end, Amy was like, she's interested in everyone's guy. So then everyone was like, okay. Because they feel a little, you know, what's the word? Attacked. Because, you know, all of them have to be on, you know, their P's and Q's right now. So the next day comes, and you know, Jeremy and Trina basically on the rocks. So, right now, Amy gets the choice to go on a date. So, she picks Jeremy straight out the gate. So, Jeremy did not say nothing to Trina. Basically, Trina and Jeremy basically, it's dead. It's dead as a doornail. Like, that's over with. Like, there is no coming back from that. I don't see it. I don't see it. So, basically, Christian, Mr. Longnecker had an audacity to be like, to come talk to Cachet. And basically was like, oh, I don't like Trina. And she's like, you know, I have to protect my boy, Jeremy, and all that stuff. And I'm like, so you upset because on day one, you and Trina were coupled up with. You picked Trina, and Trina ditched you for Jeremy, so you upset and you feeling some type of way. Because now you don't have no couple. You trying to graft to Olivia. And Olivia, you know, you thought you had it in the bag with Olivia, but, you know, because everyone thought Giovanni was out the game. Everyone thought Giovanni was not here to come find. You know, he wasn't here to do anything. But Giovanni came back and he was like, hold up. Wait a minute now. So, yeah, that's to come tell Cachet that he doesn't like Olivia. And that, you know, Jeremy, he's not really feeling it, all that stuff. So, Cachet was like in the, confessional, talking about, you know, Jerry's my friend. He told me to keep it a secret. I'm like, girl. You should have just immediately tell Trina the whole 411. You should have just tell her the 411. We don't care if Jeremy's your friend. Just tell her the 411. I mean, I'm glad that what we see is that she gave Trina a heads up about the situation. She gave Trina a heads up and basically it was like, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket with Jeremy. So, Amy and Jeremy are on this date. And on that date, Jeremy and Amy kiss. But wasn't Jeremy the one talking about he wants to take things slow? Wasn't he in the intro talking about he wants to find someone to marry? He's looking for a serious relationship. But now he's telling the guys like, oh, me and Trina wants different things. Oh, she wants different things than me. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what different things? The thing is, Trina basically straight up asked every guy that she's talked to, like, what do you want? Like, what do you want in this type of relationship? Whatever. What are you looking for here? That's what she's asking for. And you can't really fault her for that, because she wants to know, okay, when she leaves here, you know, what is to be expected of her. I understand that it's kind of going too fast. You know, she's really going too fast. She's moving a little, especially for this type of show. She's going too fast. But Love Island is very known for, like, after day 1, 2. Some people be head over heels for people, okay? People be, you know, it's one of the funniest things, but one of the most interesting things about the show is that people really click after, like, a day or 2 in the villa. So that's probably why it's like a very popular franchise. So now Amy gets a second choice, so she picks Will to go on the date. So Jeremy comes back, and he did not even pull Trina to talk about a conversation. Trina was like, okay, he's back over an hour in his villa, and he didn't even want to talk to me. So anyway, so she's over here talking to Kyra, because now that Willow's on the date with Amy, Trina and Kyra are talking together. So that's what's happening, basically, all that jazz. So next thing you know, Will's on the date with Amy. Will comes back from the date with Amy, and he's basically, like, telling Kyra, like, yeah, I have an attraction to Amy, yeah. Oh, I even forgot to say, like, after Amy came back from the date with Josh, her and Will were speaking Spanish right in front of the whole group. No, it was hilarious, because nobody else speaks Spanish, so they're just like, what? Because, like, they were bonding over being vegan and obviously, you know, Hispanic, so it was a nice, I was like, okay, I'm actually here for it. But then, you know, Will understand the assignment with Kira, and he was like, you know, I like Kira, and blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, Jeremy finally talks to Trina, and he's like, yeah, basically dumps her, friend zones her, like, oh, I don't see it going anywhere else, and all that stuff. Didn't even tell her the full story that he kissed, you know, Amy on the date, and all that stuff. He didn't say that. Basically dumps Trina. So that's what's going on here. Then Cash and Cinco, $5. They seem like they're thriving. Like, they seem like they're doing good. They're, like, going at a steady pace. You know, they're actually filming, you know, like, forming a attraction, actually being good. But I feel like people don't understand that he still has his options open. He's still trying to speak to Trina still. Like, you can't really fault Trina for speaking to Cinco if Cinco already has that crack still open for her to slide through, to have a conversation with, to really talk to, because he's not all hands in basket with, you know, eggs in basket with Cachet, but he had right now Cachet is up here and Trina is, like, down here right now, because, you know, he's building a connection with her. So that's what's going on. So now we get to you know, Cinco and Trina talking, and Cinco is basically like, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm a second option. So, you know, Cinco was like, you know, he basically was just trying to say, like, he doesn't want to be Trina's rebound. You know, after Jeremy basically dumped her, he doesn't want to be like, okay, now I feel like second choice. I feel like Trina kind of feels dumb, of course, to put all her eggs in the basket with Jeremy. Actually, because Trina could have had Cinco of ladies if she had her options open, if she was more willing to get to know Cinco. She was basically like, oh, Jeremy this, Jeremy that. But Jeremy really finessed, because when Cinco was in the villa and he was actually really coming for Trina, he was like, oh, I didn't even get to talk to nobody else, or I didn't have any desire to talk to nobody else, and I'm good with you. Basically reassuring her that he's good with her. And then now he, you know, oh, yeah, I don't like Trina. Oh, yeah, you know, Trina. And he's telling the guys, like, oh, yeah, no, I was cold to her during the night. Like, I didn't want to, you know, lead her on and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you really did a 180, sir. You did a 180. But we move. We move. So, after that, the guys get a text that they're going to do this game. So, basically, the guys picking, who they wanted to choose to kiss. So, Trina, after Jeremy dumped her, basically did not get kissed from anybody. And then Josh, he was supposed to kiss Shannon, but he did not understand. So he pulls Amy. He didn't tell Shannon that he was going to get to know Amy at all. But he pulls Amy in during the challenge. Kiss Amy right in front of Shannon's face. And it wasn't just a peck or anything. It was a full-on kiss. So, basically humiliated her. So, and you already know, Amy was already upset with the little date that Josh and Amy had in the beginning. So, she was already upset. So, they come back to the villa, and Josh and Shannon have this conversation. Shannon basically put her foot down. She was just like, you're not going to embarrass me, and you're not going to embarrass me. And I think they had this talk right after the girls get a text that they're going to recouple and one of the guys are going to go home. So Josh basically messed up super bad, because who's going to pick Josh? After you just embarrass Shannon, you're basically only hope. And then Amy trying to be, the girl who basically was just like, I guess a girl's girl, and be like, oh, he was disrespectful, and, yeah, that just turned me off from him from doing that in front of you, and da-da-da-da. So basically, Amy basically cut her ties with Josh, too. So she was like, that made me uncomfortable. I didn't really like it, blah, blah, blah. So then Shannon it's over it. So who else is going to pick Josh? Who's else going to pick Josh? Nobody else. So basically, that basically solidified Jeremy and Amy, because Will basically reassured Kyra again by, like, making her breakfast in the morning and all that stuff, and basically was just like, yeah, I'm, back on with you. Because Will basically made Kara boo-hoo cried. Like, girl was doing the most of that in that confessional, crying, like, girl, please. It's like 4 days now, and you boo-hoo crying for Will. Like, you're doing the most with Will now, but you boo-hoo crying with Will. So, now we get to, after he came back to him and challenged everything, Shannon's basically like, yeah, no, you can't make me look like Boo Boo the Fool and expect me to be, forgive you for that, because, yeah, no, I'm not going to save you after you embarrassed me. So, he was basically like, give me another chance, please, please. So, because he already knows that he's down bad. So, basically, Trina, she has to do the graft, because basically, Jeremy gone, Cinco doesn't want to be a rebound, and then Corey lost Kara, so he doesn't have nobody. So she talked to Cinco and Corey, and then Cinco was just like, yeah, I had more of a connection with Cash. I still want to talk to you and get to know you, but I'm getting to know Cash, and, I like getting to know Cash. So maybe if we have a chance to get to know each other better, maybe I'll be open. Basically, maybe, I'll be open to that. Because she was basically trying to couple up with Cinco. But the thing is, like, a lot of people were like, she should have, like, talked to Cash and not blindside her, if she does pick Cinco. But there's divine intervention. So then the recoupling happens, and so then we're going on to the recoupling, and it happens. Ariel comes in, walks in. She always basically, she always comes correct when she comes in. So the order of the recoupling goes, Amy picks Jeremy, and she really missed me with that. He's the angel of the villa. Like, after he done Trina dirty, you really think he's the angel of the villa? Like, come on. So, Kyra picks Will. Cache picks Cinco. Olivia picks Giovanni. Trina, she broke down. She started crying because she, like, her options, basically, they're kind of shriveling up right now. So, Trina picks Corey. And then Shannon, you leaving Christian and Josh at the end. Shannon picks Josh. And then that leaves Christian Lugnicker gone. And I'm like, we were like, what? We were like, who? We were like, like, Christian was gone. Like, finally, divine intervention. Like, you know, we thought we were going to have to vote him off the villa. But what came back, you know, he just basically got dumped because he didn't get picked. He was too busy gossiping about other people to form a connection. He was trying to, you know, fly and swift in with Olivia, but Olivia was like, nah, I'm gonna pick Giovanni because Giovanni put the booze on her. So with that being said, that was the recoupling. So now there's 3 new girls coming into this villa and 1 guy. Like, are you serious? This 7-to-9 ratio is not working. It's not going. Please stop that. Now it was Tuesday to Friday plus a Sunday episode, and I don't think they're going to be showing anything on Saturday. Saturday is usually unseen bits, and then Monday is on Paramount Plus with the basically uncut footage. So yeah, that's basically the episode. The episode is basically lit. UK really needs to take some notes because 4 episodes in and you're really turning heads, turning up the heat. Something from episode 1 ain't even the same anymore. It's kind of rocky. It's kind of like turntables right now. So all I gotta say is, yeah, this was a good episode. Hopefully the new guy comes in for Trina. Cinco Cache has to be fighting for her life because basically the 2 new girls and plus Trina is still trying to get to know Cinco, or trying to get with Cinco. So she gotta be fighting for her life with that connection with Cinco because heads might be turning. You know, yeah, they coming in hot this season, so we gotta be tuned in. It was really good. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.